Yes, this is John from allpointstv.com, and today we're sitting down with Jason Wiseman, and Jason is a area resident. He lives in the Grand Blanc area, which is adjacent to Flint, and he posted the other day on Facebook that he actually walked the entire Flint River Trail, which is one way it's over 17 miles.
Yeah, 17.3 to be exact, John.
And we're going to see if we can show a picture of we'll put up one of the maps here. And as people can see, it goes from where you can, well, they can't see, I don't have a pointer on this, but it goes from, it's a long way. You can see it starts out, where did you start out at?
Actually, it started at Mott Park off of Ballinger Highway. And I went, and as you can see on the map here, it broke down a few different times, especially if you were on the right side of the trail, but I stayed on the left side, so it was pretty much a straight shot, from Ballinger Highway all the way to Bluebell Beach. So it was a long 17.3 miles, and then I had to go 17.3 miles back, and oh my gosh, I'm telling you, man, those last 10 miles were vicious, absolutely vicious. I'll say this, if you guys are gonna go, be prepared for hours long of a walk. Now, if you're riding your bike, that's not a big deal, you'll get this done like that. But if you're going to walk, it's going to take some time, It took me, I probably started 11 in the morning, and I was going at a nice pace in the beginning, real brisk, I was going like 3 miles an hour or something like that. So I was going pretty good, I thought, personally. But the last 10 miles was just terrible. It went so slow. So I recommend, I did this on a whim, I just said one day, I was like, I'll do it, whatever. I said there was always something I wanted to do it was on my bucket list, so I decided I'll just go on and do it. So I did it, So let me tell you, it can be done. Remember that. It can be done. And so all I took was my phone, some headphones, a nice pair of sneakers, and a water bottle. I recommend, if you guys are going to do it, I recommend that you take maybe a sack lunch or something, or stop by. I'll tell you, I don't know, on the corner of, because I'm going all the way, and I walked probably the corner of Dort and Stewart, right across from the Vietnam Memorial Park. There is, actually the park's a little further back, but right across from this nice little sitting area, there's a McDonald's you can go to if you get hungry. I don't know if you'd wanted to do that, but, and this is super important, but I cannot, from Ballinger Highway to Dort, it's okay. I'm not thrilled about that because of all the heavy traffic and all of the, people and stuff, but it does cut through the heart of downtown. But the problem is, do you still have that image up? Put the first one back up.
Okay, again.
And you'll see the downtown area. It cuts right through the heart of downtown. But the problem is that, the really good stuff on the trail is right when you get past the Flint water plant. Now, when you get right behind that, then you've got some really nice, you can see the image behind me. That was actually taken at the Flint, or right by the right behind the water park. You can see how beautiful it is. It's so smooth, the pavement. I wish they could make all Michigan roads like that. Am I right?
I agree, because that's like that's a section of the bike trail that I absolutely love, because you're back there, and when you're back there, you don't even know you're in Flint.
Yeah,
you actually see deer.
yeah.
You can actually see deer passing through there and stuff. So.
Yeah, it's super quiet, you know. I mean, once you get past the expressway, super quiet. You can see little critters, and I'm telling you, that is when the trail starts to be awesome, you know. And I will say this, excuse me, there were a couple spots that I was a little nervous on. James P. Cole Highway, I was walking down there. That was a little shaky once you got out of the downtown area. And especially if you guys are going all the way, I recommend walking fast and with purpose on Garfield Street. That, oh my gosh, that place is terrible. The path is so, I'll tell you, there is no path on one side of the road, and the other path is it's just vicious. There's sticks and huge chunks of wood and leaves, and it is not a path to bike down for sure, let alone walk, you know. But so just push through there, and because I'm telling you, if you start from Ballinger Highway and you work your way up, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be well worth the walk. Can we put up some of the pictures of the waterfalls and things? Now, I'll tell you this. My phone ended up dying probably 15 miles into it because I was listening to some music and podcasts and stuff. But it was, I mean, some of these pictures, these are just some that I took from friends. They are really, I mean, look at that. The whole point of that waterfall is because of that is what makes the C.S. Mott Lake right there. Is it blocks the Flint River, and you get Mott Lake. And I'll tell you, I've had some good times on Mott Lake. You know, I've had some bad times, but I've had a lot more good times than bad. So it's a nice little area up there, if anybody's up that way, you know. What else? I saw some construction for the pipes. Let's put up that picture real quick. Finally, am I right? Finally, the water department is doing something about these pipes. Talk. That's all these people have done for years, you know, and it's about time that they're doing something about it, because I can't imagine. I mean, I have friends, and I don't know how you guys are surviving. It is so dehumanizing to have to take a water bottle and use it for a shower. You know, that is just inappropriate. You're not in a third world country. You know, you need to stop being treated like one. And then you've got the highest water rate. Oh, don't get me started. The highest water rates in the country. Oh,
that's even, you know, consider the fact that, you know, Southern California was in a drought for years, and they don't pay the water rates that we do, and we're surrounded by potable water.
Yeah,
that's the outrage of this.
You know what I heard, and I don't mean to get off track here, but I read in a newspaper article. You guys remember what a newspaper is, right? They hardly sell them anymore. I have to go. I used to get my newspaper, Wall Street Journal, at the ground floor market in downtown Flint, right in the Dryden building. But they don't sell newspapers anymore. So now I have to go all the way to Starbucks, get a newspaper, and then bring it back, you know. But I wish I read in the newspaper that Wisconsin has decided, a suburb of Milwaukee, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I normally am never wrong. A suburb of Wisconsin wanted to take $10 million gallons of the Great Lakes water, either probably more from Lake Michigan than Lake Superior, but 10 million. Then, luckily, our excellent governor, he decided to, talk them down to 8.1 million gallons of water a day. And I did the math. That is equal to over 2.9 billion, that's with a B, billion gallons of water a year. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. That's a lot of water, and I'm just concerned about the lakes, between that, all the water consumption, and then you've got the Asian carp coming in, the people have to really nip this in the bud, especially with the carp. That can be a killer, destroy ecosystems. But
and that's already a water system has been actually really affected by the mussel, what they call zebra mussel infestation,
zebra mussels,
which is also coming. It's an invasive species. They were introduced years ago. I mean, I don't know if you've actually, right here in the Flint River, it's gone into the water. You can actually pick up chunks of stuff that's been in there for a while, and they're just encrusted with these zebra mussels.
Yeah,
but I guess they're supposed to purify the water, but they eat all the other stuff that supports young fish.
Yeah, it destroys the ecosystems for sure.
But anyway, but I mean the bike trail I think is it is a asset for the people of Flint and the people near Flint.
Absolutely, and I tell you guys, if you want to spend leisurely afternoon, I recommend doing the bike trail, doing the nice part. And that's the problem. There's two parts of the bike trail, I think. There's the part on the James P. Cole Highway, which is garbage. It's literally full of garbage. It's not a beautiful part of the trail. And then you've got the trail behind me, the picture. That is the one right behind the water plant, which is actually gorgeous, super quiet, super relaxing. Now, I'll tell you this, though. If you keep walking, you're going to hit, what is the road? I can't remember what it is. Major highway. Be careful. Be careful when you go down these highways because, people zoom right on by. So, but yeah, I mean, it took me. Now I didn't plan this. I only had one bottle of water and like 50% on my iPhone, so that's why it died. But it took me probably from 11 a.m. to roughly 6 p.m. to walk the whole thing. Oh my! I was so tired.
But then this was surprising. That's the reason why I wanted you to come in. You didn't plan on this. You didn't say, "I'm going to do it on this day." You basically just got up one day and went for it.
Yep.
And that's like, I think that's, and I think that's the best time because you actually, it's already marked out. Obviously, it's a trail, but I mean, it is an accomplishment because it is quite a bit. I mean, let's face it. You had to walk there and walk back. Now, you parked there. You parked there off of Ballinger Road.
Yeah, I did. Now, if you mentioned about the markings, if you could bring up a couple of those street signs there, that'd be great. Now, there's one. This is right on the corner or the door in the Stewart crossing here. As you can see, it says really bright letters or nice letters, big letters, Flint River Trail Walkway. And all you got to do is keep following the signs, They do a really good job for the most part of guiding you along the way so you don't get lost. And so don't worry if you don't have a phone or anything, or GPS or something. And there's a couple other signs right by the door in Stewart. There's a map. Do we have that picture?
I think so. Yeah, hold on.
I took it myself. It's pretty high up, so the picture itself is a little, it's like looking up, but I mean, it's still a good map to do.
Yeah.
And
It is. I mean, it's pretty much. I don't know which one you had here. I'm going to put up here. I got one right up now. So the one from your phone,
great.
I have up there.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the GPS one. I mean, you can see how far 17.3 miles is. It was ridiculous. But then you can also see towards the end of it, towards the top part, look how well it's surrounded by park, and that's really nice how it's surrounded by park. So there's a lot of nature type atmosphere. One of the good things is walking down that trail, you're going to hit Crossroads Village, Huckleberry Junction, you're going to hit the Genesee Bell, which, by the way, John, that's another thing I want to do is the Genesee Bell riverboat tour. I've never actually done it. 45 minutes. I was like $10 or free or something like that. So
it's a very nice ride too on the lake. It really is.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. And it's like because it's all the stuff's like what you're talking about, like with the bike trail that you're on right there. Part of that bike trail is just beyond my house by half a mile. Yeah. So I mean, it's like I'm a big proponent of it too, and I haven't walked the entire length like you did, from the down Ballinger Highway, yeah. But I've walked quite a bit of it, and I just see that. I think it's an amazing asset. And you can, just a couple of days ago, I see in a group of people coming through on bicycles, and there's like 30, 40, 50 of them coming through, and I forget the name of the group.
By the way, there's a buddy of mine. He does a group on Thursday nights. It's a social bike group, and I thought that's great. I don't ride a bike, but it's good that they've got stuff going. Because I'll tell you this, not to get off topic too much, but I read another article, and it was about the Dryden building right there in the heart of downtown on 2nd Street. And I'll be honest, it's great to see what Uptown Development did with that building. It looks beautiful. If you haven't seen it, definitely look up some before and after pictures. It looks great. The windows and the interior, gorgeous. But I read an article from MLive, and the problem here is that you've got more restaurants coming in. And guys, I don't know about you, but I'll tell you, I'm tired of restaurants. That's all I see on Saginaw Street. 5, 6, 12, 15, 100 restaurants. It's really bugging me. I wish there was more stuff out there. Like, I like the ground floor market. It's grab yourself a sandwich or something, or a pack of gum or something. They've got a nice organic grocery store by Soggy Bottoms. That's coming out. I like that too. I'm a pipe smoker, so I like Paul's. Paul's is a great place to grab a thing of tobacco, Also, lottery tickets. But I don't do the lottery, and if you do, that's fine. But whatever. Statistically, it's not a great thing to do, though. But anyways, yeah. So I mean. It just, downtown and all of Flint needs just more stuff to do.
More like retail units, more specialty shops, more, I like to see books. We do have totem books, which opened up.
Which I love.
I love totem books.
I love totem books. I've got some really nice, but the guy that owns it, great guy. I've got some great books that are the quality. I mean, I just bought... what was it? I actually bought 2 books the other day. I'm on a history run here. I bought a book of Winston Churchill called The Last Lion, and it's like over 1,100 pages. And the problem we got here is that by the time from when I start it to when I finish it, I totally forgot what I read when I started. It takes that long, and I'm like, oh. So I bought it, and I'm rereading it. So.
And is that a biography of him, or is that a book about him? Autobiography.
No. Just a biography, not an autobiography. Yeah. They pick a lot of from his diaries and other people's journals and stuff. So it's really, really good. But
he himself was a quite prolific writer. He wrote like 4 or 5 books. That I'm aware of. So
but the thing is, though, the thing is that if you're going to write a book about yourself, you're going to make sure that it's nice, it's positive. You don't want to write a book that says, oh, I was a scumbag my whole life. Who wants to read that?
So did you hear about Shatner? We don't get off too topic, but Shatner actually, when he wrote a book about his time on when he was on Star Trek, he actually had chapters where he had other people, people who were his not co-hosts, but their fellow stars on the series, actually write, and some of them wrote chapters, and some of it was very, very kind of inflammatory about them, but they allowed it to stay in there. So,
I'll be honest, I'm not a Star Trek fan, so I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay, but I always thought that was cool that he did that. That's candor. That's like open. He didn't actually have anything cut out.
Hey. Yeah. I got 5 chapters for you right here. I'm kidding. That's an empty threat. But anyways, so the point is, the Flint River Trail, it's such a nice area. Certain parts, make sure you go. I can't stress that enough. Look up the map and do a little bit of planning. Do a lot more planning than what I did, It was ridiculous. 1 bottled water will not cut it. $10 sneakers aren't going to cut it, You guys, you'll love it. You'll love it, especially towards the Stepping Stones Fall area, way up in the north area. But the street signs they really help you along the way. And I really hope that this summer there are more people that take advantage of that nice little trail that we have and enjoy nature in the Flint area. So, but anyways, yeah, so that's about it. I'm just wanted to come in, do a little show about how beneficial the trail is and my personal experiences with it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Is there a way they can contact? There's a couple things. We're going to be on, I think the show here will be on, it will be on Comcast, not even cable, but the basic channels, number 17. And it'll probably be a month or so, month and a half or something. But we'll make sure 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. I'm not sure how long this will be. Maybe half an hour. So we'll do another half-hour show somewhere else. But make sure you tune in for my part, though. Anyways, and I thought I'll share what I can. So, and I'm hopefully you guys were entertained and inspired to go out and enjoy life, and if it's as simple as walking the Flint River Trail or driving down and hiking the Appalachian Trail, the Great Smoky Mountains or whatever, you don't have to do crazy things to enjoy life, but the crazy things do give you something to talk about. But
and spend bail on.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thank you for the coming in, and I'm asking you that. Are you going to plan to try to do this again this time? No.
Well, never say never is what I've always heard. But we'll see what happens.
Well, do you think maybe get a group? No, you do this by yourself.
Yeah.
So maybe you get a couple of your friends to traverse at least a part of it with you.
Who knows? We'll do some videos or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea because I'd like to see if you do video too. I'd definitely like to have you come back. We can play video clips too. Yeah. And I've got a picture of the waterfall that you provided, and that's beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful. At night, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, because the lights will just shine right on it. Man, oh man, I cannot stress enough to visit that little it's a small little gem in Genesee County, you know, and I don't think many people know about it. So it's nice though. So anyways, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to tune in about a month, channel 17, 8:30 to 9:30. So until then, I guess I'll see you around.
Well, thank you very much again for showing up and talking about it. And like I said, people, I'm going to provide with on the links here on YouTube. I'm going to try to provide the links where you can click on to get the maps that Jason was using, and also to encourage you to contact the whatever organizations that might be connected to the river trails, Flint River Trail, so they can actually get more information. And I encourage people to just certainly go out there and walk. You know, that's a good thing. Americans are too sedentary, you know.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Jason.
You're welcome.